Hmm. Hello. Okay, we'll just be doing TOAs. Guys, we gotta do TOAs. Just TOAs is enough. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be running out. We gotta beat this before the 2 point, before Roche's banner though. We gotta do this before Roche's banner. Because we badly need to do this. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Really want to know if I could, you know, possibly skip it though. Whew. Hang on. Alright, I think we're good. All we only need to do is be prepared. You gotta be prepared. You gotta maximize the fallacy of no return. Only at least like level 3 should be good. Alright.
Quickly and swiftly. The stage is set. Victory favors me. I'm still standing.
Nope.
Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me? It's the painting. My compliments. Brilliance lights the way. Running won't save me.
This is quite a big deal. Oh boy. Very big deal. Honestly.
Surrender. Terminate. Worry not.
Uh-oh. This is gonna be a big deal. Alright. Let's do TOAs. Are we prepared? Probably not. I don't know why I feel a bit... I feel quite a bit, you know. So, you know what? I probably want to kill it fast. So I'll probably need to get some buffs right out of the box. Need to do some buffs too. Where are you at? First, I need a glacier patrol. I have to make sure everything is active. So I will increase the crit rate and crit damage. This one, I'll take the buffs. And then liberation. So we already have that, which means this one. We need that. What's the last one? Okay, so it's only this. So increase spectral res and glacier damage bonus. Alright, I'm gonna be having some buffs because we badly need the buffs. We're gonna be kill this guy. Alright.
In war with time.
Okay, here we go.
Witness the art's true form. My compliments. Can we keep up? Running won't save you.
Alright.
Victory
Next.
favors me. I'm still standing. In the name of the Montellis. Still recognize me?
Alright,
Oh.
next.
From the heart. Infra. Iron graft you knew. Into the painting. Capture the spark. Here comes a helper. My compliments. Take this.
Where the frick is he?
Time to part ways. Such stubbornness. Brilliance lights the way. Glory demands more.
Kill! 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 Please, please, please!
Imprint still
Oh,
recognize me.
freak! My heart is raising. My heart is raising. My heart is raising. This guy's quite hard to kill. My heart is raising. And my heart is raising. Ah, no. So we're already done. First half. I don't know if this looks good because I am.
Loading.
My PC's lagging when I do simultaneous streams. That's why first thing
Found your weak spot.
you gotta prepare first. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus, we don't have any more kind of like a revive, so I probably would do a bit of resting at the moment. The buffs, look at the bottom areas right here. You can see those 3 buffs. They're gonna be gone soon. Boom. Not a typical guy that does do these buffs. We gotta go for the buffs.
Terminate.
Alright, we're good. We need to find a way how to deal with this guy. This level 100 is gonna be a bit difficult.
Stay calm.
The reason why I can shred this guy's HP is pretty much because of his the deconstruction.
Understood. I am here. I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Resident skill inflicts destruction. So destruction, where's the destruction here? I believe it should be somewhere else here. Is there any destruction? Immobilizes the targets for 1.5 seconds. This is why it's so broken. And then where is it? Is it here? No. Oh, it's this. I think it's this one. No. After casting Chromatic Splendor, Carlotta is performed while being immune to any damage or interruption before mid-air deals damage. So she's actually pretty good. The inflicts destruction. Inflicting destruction. All the targets considered inflict deconstruction. Yes, this is the one. 18% of the death is a big deal. Pretty much having 80% is absolutely a big deal. Oh my god, I have my heart.
Loading. Huh? Understood. I am.
This is why it's a big deal to have these. So the next one, I don't know which one to run. I probably could run this one, this team. Maybe I could do Rosha too, though. Imagine Rosha with the second part. Big deal. Oh, take a break for a moment. Anything else? Because we want to clear this as much as possible. Because level 90 is going to be a bit painful. Ooh, level 100 is going to be very painful for me. Although... wait, before that...
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Problem is, I pretty much have a problem with Carlotta whenever she's on her liberation state. I don't know if how I would able to be dodging.
Worry not.
Second, so... Alright, let's run this again. With this time, we'll be doing one of this and one of this. Anything HP based? None. Pretty much we're fine with that. Oh, this one HP max. This is a pretty big deal. Forgot about that. Nice. This time we'll be casting Jaji instead. Alright. I hope we can clear this. Let's begin.
Into the painting. Yeah. Running won't save you. Astral modulation. Into the painting.
Alright.
Art unveiled. My compliments. Glory demands more. An eye for an eye.
Ooh.
Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me? Found your weak spot. Leave it to me. Capture the spark!
Please, 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 we gotta kill this guy.
Here comes a helper. Iron graft you knew. Loading. Into the painting. Take this. Cut things into life. My compliments. Brilliance lights the way. The world is mine. Can you keep up? Found your weak spot. Ordained. Stay calm. In war with time.
Second.
Physical damage detected. Witness the art's true form. Sorry to burden you. Improvise. Still recognize. Rectify. Worry not. iron graft you knew. It's the painting. Found your weak spot.
Okay, we're good.
The stage is set. Victory favors me.
Get the heck out. Get out. Thank God.
Surrender. Running won't save you.
Right. Next one. This one. Sentry construct. Hang on. So we do have, we can exchange for 640 of these. So each one is 600. So we can assume we can trade these. I presume. Let's trade all of this. 160. Sweet. Look at those EXP materials. We're pretty good. Alright, the sentry construct. Oh, when sentry's construct is in the air, it loses as 1% for each damage taken. This is an effect. Okay. Can I use it with Camellia team instead? I can Camellia team or XY team. I could also use this for Jinxie too. Problem is that Jinxie is pretty much quite a bit difficult of a target. Problem is we need more mobility stuff. When it does do the vacuum stuff, yeah. Let's deploy them. Man, we gotta wait for Rosha. Rosha's pretty good with her, honestly. Wow. Wait. What's this? Oh. The consumables. Let me see. Ooh, 5 more forgery challenges?
Diminish.
Alright, next. Here. Alright, we're gonna be doing some practice with a level 70 construct so that
Let's have fun. It's getting fun. Bye. My oversight.
hang on. When does it parry though?
Let's have fun.
Wait, does it? Homing bullets Oh. Does he have a... I need to know where does he parry though. Because it's gonna be a bit difficult when he does not do parries though.
Vitality sower.
Oh, that's where he does parry. Okay. Let's see, that's where he does parry. I think I gotta understand the gist of this part. He does that. He does parry right there. But the problem is, any tips on how to deal with this guy? P. Get the leave. I need some tips. If anything else, I really wanted to beat this guy. Let's do the first. I need to know the mechanics. We gotta dodge all the way. We gotta find where he does those kind of... Yep, definitely.
Crimson, it's getting fun.
Yep, not that plan. Okay, so where can I need to find his dodge bullets. He's where I can dupe the parries. It's very important for us to do the parries. So we gotta leave. And then again, because it's quite a bit difficult. Alright.
It's getting
Oh,
fun.
that's gonna hurt.
Bloom from ashen shell.
Nope. Nope, it does that thing. Ah, come on, not the homing bullet.
Vitality sower.
Never mind. He does the homing bullets though. Honestly. He does that. Problem is, I need to do more damage. I need to find where can I parry though? Especially with the 3 charges. The reason why Nightmare Echo the reason why this one is very useful is because it does parry. And I need to find out to parry this guy in the early game. It's gonna be a very big deal. Alright. It's fine. Nope. Definitely not that. Yep.
Keep trying. Let's have fun.
Yeah, I think I got that parry. Yep. Got it.
Crimson blossom.
Alright.
Keep dancing. Clipping. How pathetic. Won't it?
I hate to admit that. The technique.
Grafting suffer.
Yep. 158. No problem. But still problem. Isn't supposed to.
How pathetic. Crooning. Crimson Blossom. How pathetic. Let's have fun. Sprout of budding seeds.
Never mind. I need to. Is there any way how can I parry this dude? Still need to learn how to defeat this guy. Level 6. The reason why level 60 is really much the best option for me to practice is because having a level 60 is just similar to the other holograms, which means that you can practice the while taking less damage as much as possible. This is why it's a big deal. Man, imagine 100. No grapple point will be generated when an Senji construct is in the defense state. Ooh. Oh. So when he does the shield one, I had to go to the other side. I do understand about that. That's his weakness. And then this one, Lightfall. If when the Sentry construct is in the air, it loses an additional 1% of vibration strength for each damage taken. This effect can be triggered once in every 0.5. Taking damage while inflicting spells of Frazzle reduces an additional 12% vibration strength. This effect can be triggered once per second. Oh, this is actually a big deal. Problem is, it's for Rover actually. I don't know if Jinsei will actually benefit this one, because Jinsei's particular build, to be honest. Hang on. If I go back here, Jinsei's build in particular is... Where's the echo? Yeah, Databank. Where is it at? I think it's here, yes. This one, Celestial Light, is a pretty much a spectral based damage. Well, this one gives you inflicting with Spectral Frazzle increases the crit rate by 20% for 15 seconds. Attacking enemy with 10 stacks grant 50%. You know, the reason why I would say it's pretty much a big deal is because of the crit rate 20% increase. This is why it's so really important to have this. It's a big deal. However, I haven't seen what's the effect of it. So if I
Would you like a fun game between the two of us?
So if I go here, Jinsei, I went for the 4-star, which is the Eternal Radiance. Imagine if it's the Eternal Radiance. Okay, so this echo will main slot will gains 12%. This is a very big deal. Damage dealt to inflicts. Okay, so how do you exactly? Wait. How do you? Spectral Frazzle. Wait. Spectral Frazzle. Where is it at? Tutorials. Let's see. Let's see for the tutorials. SP, where is it at? This one. Some spectral attacks will apply Frazzle effect to the target, while Frazzle effect greatly enhancement. How do I do this? Wait.
Would you like a fun game between the two of us?
I have an upgrade rover? Wow.
Would you like a
I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
I haven't upgraded him. Oh wow. If I go to the spectral part, it's already S6, by the way. There's no echo presets for this guy. So if we can get an echo preset, it's gonna be a big deal. So obviously I haven't upgraded this person. Or even my character. Holy crap, I haven't even upgraded my character yet. Oh. So it does not apply. So Jinsei cannot apply these the buff. I see. So this is actually a rover main stat. Wow. Wait. So I see. So this one is Jinsei's not gonna be benefiting on this build. Yeah, it does. She does not benefit on the build. I thought that you can slap internal radiance with her. It will be a big deal if you can slap internal radiance with her because it kind of removes the crit rate, you know. Yeah. Each stack of Immortal Decancy increases Jinsei attack by 25%, stopping up to 2 times, lasting for 20 seconds. Each stack. Oh boy. Luminous Epiphany. She becomes a bit of a support, huh? Yeah, she becomes a support. What the heck? Actually with bonus damage. No overall. Yeah. I wanna use XY maybe? Maybe I should use XY instead. Team XY.
Would
Might help. I think I could probably use XY instead. Because XY is a big deal.
Amidst disruptions, let's find our way to the right path. The experiment begins.
65 to 287. Although getting the Void Thunder, I was hoping for I can increase the damage using this one. If I could convert this into this one, it is a big deal. What about this one? Yeah, this one also will benefit my Zhang Liao too. Not to mention the electro damage bonus that I'm gonna get. Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. Maybe this. If only I could have a much better one. Farming Nightmare Echoes are pain. I agree. I actually do agree that farming Nightmare Echoes are pretty much a big deal due to the fact that it's a very kind of like a different echoes. Especially imagine if you're grinding for instance like
The experiment begins.
this Thundering Mephis. We all know that Thundering Mephis is pretty much the most useless, you know. He's pretty much the most useless Echo as a 4-star, to be fair. Because due to the buff, in order to attain the buff pretty much for Zhang Liao, you need to deal the final hit, which is not a great one. However, I heard that from the Nightmare Echo parts, when you're I believe the Nightmare version of Thundering Mephis does homing javelin kind of I think it's homing javelin. I am assuming he does the homing javelin. But let me see if I could change the build. So if I change the build for Void Thunder, crit rate, crit damage. The problem with my XY, he does have quite low base damage. Honestly, I'm currently in my buff state right now, but he does have a low damage. I'm telling the truth. So where do I start? If I had used this could help. This one, low crit damage. Sheesh. It's really hard to choose. Honestly, this one is better already. This one, pretty much better. I think we should try to start. I'm gonna be using Yinlin. Alright. So, probably need to prepare for the buff. Right? Let's use this team. By the way, what do you actually prefer on using when fighting against a sentry hologram though? I am just wondering, what do you prefer? If you're still here. Because I'm not sure if what's it called? If Camille's Nightmare Echo would be suitable for this guy or XY for dodging purposes. Because pretty much it's quite a bit hard though. I cannot even find a way on how to dodge to find a parry for this guy. Because Carlotta would be broken if it wasn't for this if it wasn't for the element. So I used my Esther Camellia and brute force it, and I got a decent Nightmare Echoes for her. Wait, you did already?
Understood.
Wait,
I am here to serve your will.
you did Estri or Camellia yet? Oh.
Would you like
I
a
only have her-
fun game between the two of us?
When buddy So I used my Estri Camellia and brute force it. I just got a decent Nightmare Echoes for her. Damn, my Camellia is gonna be bad. This one is already meh. Stats are so bad. The stats is really pretty not great. Especially this one doesn't benefit her. I'm assuming that this might be beneficial for Farlova. Yeah, I think Farlova might be beneficial to this one, so I probably would find a way how to change this. So I'll probably lock it. This one, definitely it's hers. Yeah, probably let's try. I want to try to use XY team instead first, because I am not prepared. Did you build your Carlotta yet? I'm using a 2-piece Glacio. I already...
Understood. I am here to serve your... I alone
Yeah, I
will
already
decide
build.
whether it's for show or for battle.
I actually already built this one for her. Did you build your... I'm using 2-piece Glacio. I suggest not to use 2-piece Glacio. 2-piece Glacio, use full Frosty Resolve, because it's her, pretty much this is her set. Because you can see when you have a full Frosty Resolve, casting Resonance skill grants 22.5% Glacier damage bonus for 15 seconds. And casting Resonance Liberation increases Resonance skill damage by 80%. Lasting for 5 seconds, this effect can stack up to 2 times. And let me remind you that Carlotta's build, to be precise, that her damage, particularly, for instance, her forte, her heavy attack is actually considered as resonant skill damage, which means that you're going to be benefiting a lot for her. And when you cast her ultimate, let me remind you, her ultimate, her death kneels, particularly I think those are 5 powerful shots. It is also considered as resonant skill damage. And of course, her final one, her other nuke is also considered as resonant skill damage. So pretty much, you don't pretty much benefit on a Glacial 1. If I'm not correct, you're not gonna be benefiting on the Glacial. That Echo set scares me. I just need 2 more double crit pieces to complete her. But yeah, that set is cracked for her. That Echo set hates me. Hang on, I haven't seen the Frosty Resolve properly yet. I haven't really built the Frosty set. I see. So Glacial 10% after 3 stacks. Pretty much this is this set is I don't know whose character is gonna benefit this one. Not unless you're gonna build a Jeji though. I haven't tried.
Understood. I am here to serve your will.
Probably the one that's gonna be benefiting here would be Ling Yang, but we all know that Ling Yang is not a pretty great unit for a character. He pretty much gets not getting picked because there are lots of much more better characters for her, especially with the opening. For instance, like Verena or even Kalkaro. Yeah, I think Yoo-Hoo can benefit also
Gotcha,
though.
didn't I?
I'm grateful that I don't have him though. Lol. Yeah, I actually have every single character, including the including their signature weapons. The problem here is that the more character signatures that I do have, the more he becomes even more not useful. I cannot even use him. Not unless I probably would build him though, but it will be a waste of resources. But yeah, it would be pretty nice if I could build him though. Yeah, this makes me want to create contents on which Wheel of Fate. By the way, are you prepared for Roche's banner tomorrow? I am just really curious if you're prepared for Roche's banner, because I'm not prepared at all. I am not prepared for Roche's banner. It would be bad. It's so bad. Even if I have 5,000. Because it's a 50-50. So, who are you going to be pulling though? Is it Phoebe? Are you going to be pulling for Phoebe? I am assuming you're going to be pulling for Phoebe though. 100%. You're going to be pulling for Phoebe, I'm 100% sure. Phoebe or Brant. Maybe you're going to be pulling for Zani, Karthia, or... well, Parlova? Maybe Parlova though. I'm assuming Parlova. Or... Zani. We all know that Zani is the one that hyper carried the 2.0, especially the story quests. Probably a lot of people got caught off guard. I'm considering waiting for Camilla's rerun to S6 her. It will depend on how good Zani is though. Ooh, S6. I think I heard that pretty much
Understood.
Camilla's S6.
I am here.
S6
Would
does...
you like a fun game between the two of us?
Yeah, I think her S6 does double nuke, which is a pretty much... I think it's bigger damage potential than Jinsei. 100%. Double nuke, actually. So it's a big deal. Alright. Do I already have... Yes, I have the stats. We're pretty good. Let's begin. Right.
Stay calm. Perish.
You won't cast me down.
He does that?
Zapstray, it's our curtain call. Think you got
Variable
permission?
elimination. Disruption. 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 Conditions optimal.
Leave it to me.
I hope I could succeed
Astral
on beating the heck out of this guy.
Loading.
Tear them to pieces. I'll pay it back tenfold.
Oh! Oh no!
I'll pay it back
Variable elimination.
Alright, I think I can beat this guy. Oh!
Exploit. Prop. Risk level increasing. Reconfiguration.
Leave it to me.
Oh, he's... Honestly, by the way,
Durability lowered.
which
I am
boss is harder? Is it the Senti Construct or Or
Durability low.
Tear them to pieces. I've had enough.
by the way,
Get
which is
lost.
harder? By the way, is it the
Your time is over.
I forgot which one. Inferno Ride is the hardest holo. Oh, it's still the hardest.
My field of
Variable
expertise.
elimination.
Oh, it's still the hardest one?
Confined within limits. Reconfiguration.
Thank God. Okay, we're good. So it's still the hardest. I believe you can actually cheese the Inferno Rider using Alto though. Despite being a 4-star. I heard though. Tell me if I'm wrong. But still, Inferno Rider is still the hardest though. I had to use Jin C. By the way, my Jin C is this one.
Understood. I am here to serve your will.
I use Jin C, Mortifi, and SK. But my Mortifi is
Make this quick. I have experiments underway.
And I believe this is my Jin C build.
May I pray for
during
anything
the
specific
hologram.
for you? It would be my honor.
By the way, this Jin C build is really bad. Especially look at that crit damage. It's quite a bit low, 76 to 240 ratio. It could have been increased if it would be it would had increased if I would build, but the last time I actually built her was 1.1 during the update 1.1, which is a very long time ago. Yeah, look, even the resonance skill damage bonus is quite low. Basic attack, resonance liberation. Pretty much my echoes is pretty much garbage despite being max ready. Look. Yeah, it's obviously it's quite bad, but yeah, this one's pretty good. Decent one though. This one, ooh, pretty good also. Pretty much this one. Yeah, my 3-piece set echoes pretty much, and including 4, you know, maybe 4, maybe not. 26 damage is bonus good though, but the crit damage ratio. Look at the crit damage. It's quite low. It's very low for 76. But if I could increase, because if I would have crit damage instead, it would be very high damage. Look at this. This is pretty meh. The stats are pretty meh. But I would agree, it's 26% the skill damage bonus. It's pretty good. We could ramp it up to 40 if possible though. Yeah, we could ramp up to 40 if possible. We could get it to 40. Problem is, not all, not all are good. However, the best one would be pretty much crit rate, crit damage, resonant skill damage, bonus, attack percent. It can be ER or attack. But yeah, this one is very close. It's still pretty solid. I really hate running,
Yay.
It's all. We're almost actually cleared, by the way. By the way, Fallacy of No Return is the most painful one, actually. 100%. If this Fallacy hammer, his hammer ability kind of hits you, you're pretty much one shot. It even actually one shot my SK at full health. 46,000 got annihilated in one skill. If it wasn't for Carlotta's skill, her resonance skill is very broken though. I sold the Fallacy with Dungeon. That boss fight is kind of fun. Actually, if you know, possibly you have a very good specs. I do actually salute your skill. It's probably me having a skill issue, but the only problem here I had skill issue with is because of my laptop being 5 years old already, and which is already not even a high end, it's just already just mid-low end, like 1650 GTX 1650. Pretty much this is already pretty much at a low spec already, but microstarter ping is always a factor, but for me the factor here is the frame rate, because having 80 ms is pretty good too. 50, 80, yeah. Ping is also a really good factor. I would agree. But mine is pretty much hardware issue. It's pretty much just a hardware issue, not a Wi-Fi issue. And yeah, it's pretty much it's a big deal. So I need to ramp up and prepare.
Disruption.
First of all, my XY is not prepared. I gotta do a bit of killings. We gotta recharge some energy for XY. When I actually played, you know,
Disruption.
when I actually played Carlotta with,
Tear them to pieces. Crush them.
hang on,
Complete overhaul.
yeah, I hate that one. Okay.
Disruption.
When I actually played against the, what's it called, the fallacy of no return,
Disruption. Faster.
I believe
Disruption.
I'm having a much more higher heart
Risk
rate
level increasing. Disruption.
because of its capabilities of having a one shot. By the way, when I actually, you know, play against the fallacy, I just feel that I'm not prepared because of its one hitting ability though. By the way, I also forgot that I do salute your ability though. Your skill gameplay. Honestly, I don't know. Should I actually, if I actually, for instance, got Rosha, should I pair it with, I think I should probably pair it with Danjin though.
Understood. I am here to serve your will.
My Danjin's actually gonna be the, yeah, sooner or later my Danjin's gonna be the second 4-star that I've ever fighted.
Sometimes I get a little carried away in battles.
Havoc MC too.
I didn't startle you, did I?
True. I think MC does more on his basic attack, I think. So my MC's already,
I will be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Rosha's being boosted in MC too. Does MC have a priority in his basic attack? Wait. Oh, it is enhanced heavy attack. Does the damage, wait, does the damage is considered as mostly for the grouping? Yeah, actually it's pretty good though. She's gonna be the first character who does group as a Havoc damage character. But what's her downside on characters like, I don't know what's the downside. Hang on. What's the downside? Is there any downside with her? If I would, for instance, use Dungeon. Hang on. If I would, for instance, use Dungeon though, as a sub DPS for Camellia. I think Sunway would be much more better for her though, if that's the case. Man, Rosha's just, you know, Dungeons mostly wants a heavy attack skill. It can work with Camellia, but Sunway's better. True. Actually, it's actually a she's basically the premium Sanwa, honestly. However, her ult actually surprises me too. That increases base attack up to 200 at base attack though. So if you're having a very low attack on Camellia, her base low attack, it's gonna help a lot. Especially pretty much, she's basically a premium type of a character for Camellia.
Stay calm.
Yeah, by the way, I'm also excited on the 2.1. By the way, I think I heard that there's gonna be an echo preset, I think. I'm assuming though. I heard that there's gonna be an echo preset, by the way. I think it's gonna be very insane though if they would add that. Alright, I'm gonna be prepared for this. Let's begin slapping off with 1, 2. Good luck to me. Alright. Great frequency. Level 100. Ooh. Wait. I'd cleared this much faster? For real? Oh, this one. Alright, let's do the final one. The hologram ones. This is gonna be a bit challenging. To be honest, this one, the special mechanism for the Sentry construct is pretty much for Spectral Rover, honestly. Look at that. Or even Yuanlu, I guess. Yeah. Let's begin.
Leave it to me.
Alright. Right.
Iron graft you knew.
Alright. We're gonna be shooting our pants.
Tear them to pieces. Your time to wrap
Entering the
it up.
DOT meta. Yup.
You're not getting away. My field of
Variable
expertise.
elimination. Pierce
Yep,
through the
I heard.
stars.
Wow. Yup, got him.
Reconfiguration.
Did he actually got his defense up again?
Tear them to pieces. I'll pay it back tenfold.
Ooh. Yo.
The
He
feeling
had.
of pain.
I am not prepared for this one.
In war with
Hang on.
time.
Tear them to pieces. Zap string. It's our curtain call. Good.
Variable elimination. Very
Alright.
confined within limits. Exploit proc. Risk level increasing.
Did he just. Ooh.
Reconfiguration. Conditions optimal.
Tear them to pieces. Crush. I've had enough.
Ooh.
Get lost.
DOT meta.
Hey.
Astral modulation.
Next. Come on. You gotta kill this guy fast.
My field of
Variable
expertise.
elimination.
Kill.
All shall
Can we
reveal
kill?
itself.
Let's go. Ooh. Thank God. Finally, we did clear the holograms. Let's go. Now we actually finally do. What's gonna be the challenge next? I wonder. Now that I've cleared this, I think I can claim every single item here as much as I would. Yes. Nice one. So, DOT meta. Is Rectal considered as DOT? No. Is Rectal considered DOT? Honestly. I don't know if it's considered as DOT.
Proc.
Stay calm.
Honestly, I don't know if it is considered as a DOT. I wanna try my Carlotta team with against the other one, by the way, against the other holograms. Maybe I could actually finish it very fast. By the way, have you ever used Alto on Inferno Rider? Because I think the reason why, by the way, I think the reason why Inferno Rider was hard is because you don't have. Yeah, whenever he is actually, by the way, on his first state, he does have 2 lives. To be honest, his first life, doesn't have any vibration strength, which means that it's pretty much focused on full damage. However, unlike what's it called? Unlike the second one, it has vibration strength. But the problem is that the first one is already a very hassle though. But it would be nice if it would be nice though. He's level 1. Carlotta is only built as a gun user. Wait, what do you mean? He's level 1. Yeah, Carlotta is only built gun user. The reason, by the way, the reason why, although he's level 1, even I myself, he's level 1. But the reason why he's quite useful is because I think of his resident skill, where he creates kind of like a decoy. He creates decoy, which forces the Inferno Rider to attack the decoy instead of the main body, which allows you to, to pretty much, to give yourself a time to rest, increase stamina. Because I believe the reason why Inferno Rider was one of the most difficult mobs, pretty much difficult bosses to attack, is because it's very much the most highest consumption, stamina consumption bosses by far. The highest stamina consumption bosses. Not only he does have an extra shield of his life, extra shield, which pretty much is like 2 lives. He has basically 2 lives though. The first one doesn't have any vibration strength, which is also considered as a most hard one, which means that you cannot even immobilize Inferno Rider in the first place. The second one is pretty much stamina consumption. The moment that you actually, what's it called? The moment that you've lost, the moment that you've actually lose stamina, you're pretty much on a hit very rapidly. He doesn't even give you the much time to rest your stamina, which is a very painful one. Problem is, Alto is pretty good as a character though. That's the first time I've ever seen that Alto is being, even though he's a 4-star, he's pretty insanely good against the Inferno Rider. Although he does mid-air types, he does mid-air spams though. Mid-air. I mean mid-air though. He does mid-air. I think I should probably build Alto. Should I build Alto or should I first build Rosha or Dungeon? Finish Dungeon or even Rover first. I wonder if I want to finish Rover. Would be very interesting if I could do that. Because especially being a being a Spedder's pretty much good content. I wonder if I could, create a content wherein you have to
Understood.
choose
I am here to serve your will.
every single character that you own. By the way, pretty much, let me show you that I have proof of every single character, and a lot of them, by the way,
Understood. I am here to serve your will.
a lot of them are already been max, which means I have good amounts of experience with the characters. Pretty much, how many max do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's gonna be almost 10. Oh, it's gonna be almost 10. Wait, so I already finished maxing out her. Definitely Sama, so that's 10. Mortifi's 11. Tauchi, definitely not Tauchi. Definitely Janshin has 11. So I do have experience. It's pretty sad that I haven't built other characters yet, which is eh. But I would be I would be very happy if I could build, my characters very nicely, very well. What do you think though? Should I build every single character so I could properly do the rating? I was assuming it would be nice if I could do the proper rating. Imagine that. If you have experience, go for it. If you have the experience, go for it. I do have the experience, but the problem is I am pretty much set. If you have experience, go for it. So, are you referring to the EXP? Pretty much the only problem that I had with this one is that the characters, the character release is quite a bit fast compared to the ones that I can upgrade max out very well.
Understood. I am here to serve your will.
Because if I, for instance, if I actually
I'll do my
max out all of my 5-star, that means I have a pretty solid evidence I can, you know, rate every single character if I wanted to.
I see my way clear.
And I want this guy to be buff. Calculator needs buff on his liberation. He sucks quite a lot when he does dodge. Honestly. I want to test out this one. Alright.
Stay calm.
Oh, this is the hardest problem though.
Surrender. Leave it to me. Perish. Inkfrost. Still recognize me.
Right.
Astral modulation.
Into the painting. Witness the art's true form.
My compliments. Accurate. Fading red.
Ooh. He one-shot my Carlotta. It was so bad. It did one-shot my Carlotta. It's almost full XP.
Can
Full
you
health.
keep up?
That's why she's so
I
dipped.
alone will
You probably should know that that's why she's so defenseless. Defenseless.
Can
That's
you
why
keep up?
she is so defenseless. You probably know the meme, right? Since I think your JPVA voices Rin from Fate.
Quickly and swiftly.
Surrender your stuff.
That's why she's so defenseless.
Lighter than a dove.
I haven't done this. Wait. Can I actually? Hang on.
Found your weak spot.
Springs into life.
An eye for an eye. Still recognize me?
Uh-oh. That could have
Running
proc my
won't save
shortkeeper ready though.
The stage is set.
Wait, that should have proc my
Leave
shortkeeper
it
though.
to me.
Wait. That means when my Carlotta got one shot, my shortkeeper's ability to pretty much heal, revive or protect against heavy, I think, was on cooldown. Oh no. Hang on. Let me have this.
Can you keep up?
Right? I think I'm prepared. Let's do it. Not on full. Off.
In war with time.
Alright. Second.
Into the painting. Witness the art's true form.
My compliments. Brilliance lights the way. Victory favors me. Masterpiece complete.
That's just one rotation. That's just one rotation. Wait. That's just literally one rotation. Wait.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Maybe I should probably remove the buff for quite a bit. Maybe there's gonna be a bit of a change. Because my Carlotta
Understood.
build, by the way,
I am here to serve your will.
my Carlotta build is not finished, including Jeji. Look at my Jeji. She's not yet finished. Look, I never actually decided to use to upgrade these because I prioritized Carlotta's upgrade for this. So I'll probably just upgrade this first so that the damage would be fine. So it should actually give me more damage because she's a DPS. For Carlotta, I think this one is much more priority, right? For Carlotta, I think her liberation is much more priority. I'm assuming. Or maybe this one, her imprint too. What do you think? These two? Over this? Over her resonance skill? It would be very interesting.
At your disposal.
Wait, her skill?
I can't believe
Wait, I think her skill is more. Do you have Jeji though? Because actually, yeah, Jeji. I'm mentioning
lighter than a
Jeji.
dove.
Whether it's resonance, liberation, or I should probably prioritize, you know. Oh, then it's liberation. For Carlotta, I think liberation is also your priority though.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Man, her S1. I don't know if her S1 is pretty good. By the way, her S1 is pretty good. I just want to know. Is her S1 pretty good? By the way.
A smooth journey.
But I think 12.5%
Can you keep
crit rate
up?
increase is quite a bit big though.
Ink drops.
Carlotta's S1 isn't worth unless you're going for S2. Actually, her S3
I
is,
alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
her S3 is a big deal. I think if you're going for, you know, you should probably go for S3 or immediately. Look at the damage though. 1032.8% of Carlotta's attack. The skill, which is a big deal. Not gonna lie, this is an additional, which is a very insane damage. Not only you're dealing 794, almost 800% of her attack, but also you're dealing an additional 1000. No wonder why a lot of Carlottas, a lot of players are trying to get her S3 because of the nuke damage in her outro, which is big deal, honestly. Her S4 pretty much, she becomes quite a bit like a support though. Tell me though, her S4 is like a support for Jinsei, but sadly she does not do coordinated attacks. But I also did wonder myself, is S6 Mortifi better than an S0 R1 Jeji? This is the only thing I'm questioning about. Most DPS have a support buff for S4. True. But it's for overall. Makes me wonder if S6 Mortifi with a static miss is better than Jeji with her signature weapon though. Problem is, she does not buff her allies very well, unlike Mortifi does. Especially got the static mist, which is a very broken one. Honestly.
Surrender. Worry not.
Honestly, hang on, I haven't asked you something else. In the holograms, the tower of the TOE, by the way, sorry, it's TOA. I did notice that on TOA, I think it's very heavily favored on Havoc and Spectro damage, Spectro characters. While last week it wasn't even favored to them. It was not totally favored to them actually, at all. I noticed. Can you actually solo? Can you actually solo? By the way, I think you can actually solo the fallacy of no return there. Fallacy of no return. Honestly. You haven't used Camellia instead? I think you probably use her on C3. I'm assuming. Because I was able to solo her. I pretty much solo her. No heals though. It's quite a bit challenging, honestly. I almost didn't got hit by fallacy of no return once. Almost. It's possible. But I've never wanted to do... Oh boy, I did solo XY on level 100 with 3... I think it was the last... I believe it was the last TOA of the version 1. Wuthering Waves version 1. I think the middle one was the, you know, it's hard to solo with Dungeon and Camellia in the overdrive zone though. True. Honestly, have you ever soloed 3 stars? Everything here? I wonder. I still recall that. Yep. I want to try to test my skill. I did really want to test my skill. Only the middle. Yeah, middle is the only one who's favored to them very bad. Honestly, to be fair, honestly, if it wasn't for Camellia, the truth is, if it wasn't for Camellia in the middle one, it's very difficult. This one is very difficult to deal with. Especially with the limited characters. If I'm not mistaken, the characters here are very limited though. Especially when it comes to the healer. I assume Baiji is all... Because of the time, Baiji was there. And I think it was Yu too though. Maybe not. I think Yu was actually Shorekeepers, but I never used Yuhu. This is actually my build for Baiji though. Hang on. This is my Baiji. Although she's incomplete though.
Why hesitate if you know what you want?
I don't know which one is better for her. If it is the Comet Flare or the variation though. Because the variation is pretty good if you want to have a very maximum rotation, very fast rotation compared to this one, which actually increases her healing bonus whenever she deals heavy attack or basic attack. I don't know. I think this weapon is, I think, it's favored to her. Baiji's best slot weapon is Stella Symphony. Well, Stella Symphony is actually, yes, honestly true. I do agree. Especially anything that is HP base. So basically, Baiji is honestly, if I'm not mistaken, Baiji is pretty much honestly HP base. So yeah, I do agree. And especially whenever she uses her resonance skill, which does also heal, they're kind of very close though. They're quite close. Baiji and Shorekeeper though, they're quite close. Their only difference is pretty much their ultimate, and pretty much Baiji has the ability to revive one character though from taking fatal damage though. She does have the ability, kind of like Barbara's S6 too. I think it was her S6 if I'm not mistaken. Hang on. No, it's not. It's her S5. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is a big deal. Holy crap. 600 seconds. Yeah. It's quite very useful on holograms. 100%. Ooh. Yeah. If I would probably max her out. Hang on, let me see. This one's HP base, ER. Hang on. Oh, this one? HP 470. This one has HP and ER, basic attack. Oh, this one should be for Shorekeeper. Honestly, do you think my Shorekeeper is overkill, by the way? This is by the way, this is Shorekeepers though. Look at that. 115.6% crit. This one's pretty insane though. 292.6% base. This is actually base, by the way. Base Shorekeepers ER. I think I could change it though. Hang on. If I would change this here, I think this one's the only one. Yeah, look. That's gonna be her ER if I change. And not only I increase her HP, I do increase her HP quite a bit whenever I'm using this one. This one also has an HP. This is the reason why I kind of like this too. Not only ER, but it also has a very good HP. Well, this one has a very low HP base, but it also has a very, very high ER too. I don't know, I think this is max ER. So this one has HP, ER. Pretty much I could still replace this if I would love to. I could increase her HP though. Honestly, I can increase her HP. Yeah, I can increase her HP if I use the healing one. To be fair, this is a very large ER and a very large HP. Honestly, it's a big deal. Holy crap. Yeah, I should probably try to do this. Ooh, I haven't even wondered myself. Should I actually try to use... Wait. Should I actually want to... Let me try to use my Carlotta instead. What do you think though? Hang on. Do I have an SK? Yeah, I do have my SK there. Could replace Jinsey at any moment. Should I try using Carlotta? At the same time, this one has a increased glacial res by 10%. Wait. 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 Wait a second. Wait. Wait a second. Wait. Carlos is very good against the summer. Yeah, despite being having glacial res and electro res by increased by 10%, which is not favored for glacial, but her, I believe her destruction. Wait. So I haven't had Jeji yet. So let me first, not on the second floor though. Honestly, yeah, it's pretty good too. But let's try against the most painful one though. The thing about this is that where's my where yeah, there. The thing about
I alone will decide whether it's for show
those
or
dogs
for
are so
battle.
annoying. True, honestly, I hate to admit that's the reason why I was having a very hard time with the floor 2, even if I have Camellia. But to be fair, honestly, I want to be fair a bit. I want to be honest. If I use particularly her destruction, let me remind you, the destruction ignores 80% of their defense. This is quite a big deal. I wanna see that. I wanna prove something. So if I wanna put the most, let's see. I wanna try. It's better to try rather than to not try. But it does hurt. It will hurt a lot, honestly. Hang on, let me change. It would be very interesting if I would clear this with 3 stars. Because I think you probably saw already that when casting Liberation, it also increases her resonance skill, also increases. I think the actual buff is towards her. It's pretty good. Not to remind you, but also you know she can do immobilize the targets though. Immobilizing targets is pretty good, honestly. It gives you amount of breathing time whenever you want to deal damage. But yes, I want to try. Damn, it will be very nice if I could do this. Because by the way, I still have Jinsey, so I can pretty much clear the left tower because it's really favored to her. Look at this. Whenever Resonator casts Liberation on the hit target with counter, or target with or hit the target with counter attacks, Resonance skill cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds, which means that we can immobilize the targets. Very good. While this one is second one, is very good for her. When Resonators cast Resonator skill, they
white
gain
has been dyed red.
80% liberation damage bonus for 5 seconds. And when Resonator casts Resonant Liberation, they gain 80% resonant skill damage bonus for 5 seconds. This is a big deal. Retriggering this effects resets their duration. Yep, let's try it. The dogs are annoying here, but hey.
Surrender. Running won't save you.
Alright.
Capture the spark! In war with time.
I think we can clear this at any moment.
Insta-painting. I'm so tired.
Yep, that's the annoying
My
part.
compliments. The stage is set. Victory favors
Here we
me.
go.
A new era awaits. Hush. Still recognize me?
Yep.
Oath from the heart. Stay calm.
Where the heck did...
Astral
Wait,
modulation.
where the...
Insta-painting. Witness the art's
Wait,
true
where
form.
the heck did the...
Here comes a helper.
My compliments. Take this. Brilliance lights the way. Can you keep up? Found you. Glory demands more.
Let's see.
Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me? Vow from the soul. Worry not.
Art unveiled. Here comes a helper.
Iron graft you
And
need.
here we go. Last one.
Loading.
Insta-painting. Ink drops.
My compliments. You will yield. The world
I think I can
is
clear it
mine.
though. I think I can clear it.
In the name of the Montellis. Still recognize me?
I think I can clear it though.
Ordained.
I think I could. Hang on.
Loading. Astral modulation.
Insta-painting. Witness the art's true
Wait.
form.
Take this.
Here comes a helper.
Wait.
My compliments. Victory favors
Wait.
me.
Wait. Wait.
Quickly and swiftly. Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me?
Wait. I
From
think
the
I could.
heart.
I can complete it though. Wait.
In war with
Tell me if I
time.
can complete this. I can complete it though.
Insta-painting. Capture the spark. Here comes a helper.
Ooh. Maybe.
My compliments. Can you keep? I'm still standing. Found your weak spot. You will yield. An eye for an eye. Glory demands more.
Oh, that didn't crit.
era awaits. I'm still standing. Ordained. Stay calm.
Oh, I
am
can't.
grafted
Please
in
tell me I can. Please.
Insta-painting. Art unveiled. Here comes a helper.
My compliments. Surrender.
Tell me if I can complete it.
Set. The world is mine.
143.
Is that it? In the name of the Montellis. Still recognize. Is that it? Vow from the soul.
Seems like I can complete it. Please tell me I can complete it. We only have 30 seconds.
Insta-painting. I captured the spark.
With all those crit scripts.
Here comes a... Did I mess it up?
My compliments.
Possible?
You will yield. Victory favors me. Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me. Ordained.
It is possible, mate. The most unfavored for them. We got it. It is possible. You can clear it with their most unfavored. Glacier res increased by 10%. So which means that these two are pretty much the most hardest one. To be fair, once you reach the Thundering Maphis, you can pretty much only have at least like a deduction of 10% with the Glacier res. However, the actual problem here is the actual Glacial enemies, which pretty much remove a chunk of her damage, which usually I pretty much kind of deal with like around like 10 more like 200,000 damage at their elite. But since, you know, having a Glacier res increase not only with their element but their natural, you know, Glacier res, but also the tower's res plus it's level 100, yeah, big deal. Now I actually completed it. Well, it is possible to complete. Now the question is, I can pretty much use her, but the problem is I don't have any healer except for her. Yeah, I don't have healing except for her, but let's see. This is gonna be, by the way, my first time pairing Jinxie with Jeji. This is actually gonna be my very first time, and I want to see how it works because I usually use Mortifi instead. But you know, with Jeji, I think the reason why people put Jeji as the best skill for her, her best sub DPS, is pretty much because of her, not only her outro buff, but also the very long duration of coordinated attacks. I think. Yep. Glacier Rest. It's, by the way, this tower is favored to them, not for. Yeah, I think this is a favored for, you know, Jinxie. Hang on.
Thunder guide us. Fast in starlight.
Art unveiled.
Alright.
Rejuvenating snow. Appear before me.
Evil be cleansed.
Sophia.
Take form.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, I'm probably not used to.
Intra. Here comes a helper.
Embrace the change.
Transmitting frequency.
Wait, apparently.
Appear before me.
Wait, apparently I realized something.
Witness the art's true form.
Why just does Jinxie do not have
Together
the
we fight.
perfect sub DPS?
Take form.
Sophia.
Oh,
Have you ever noticed it?
Heed my calling. Thus it ends. Glory
Leave it to me.
Here comes a helper.
Verity shines.
I wonder why exactly does Jinxie do not
Appear
have a
before
purpose.
me.
Yeah, to be fair, she's very broken.
I'm so tired. Capture the spark.
Honestly, I agree. She's very broken.
Infra. Strike as one. Take form. Evil be cleansed.
Leave it to me.
It's the painting. I'm so tired. Infra. Witness the arch.
I agree with you. Jinxie's quite
Did I mess
broken.
it up? Huh? Did I mess it up? Heaven ordains. Banish all vice. Fluorescent shadows. Sacred light.
500k, yo, what the?
It's the painting. Huh?
Administer endless reverberation.
Here comes a helper. Did I mess it up? Art unveiled.
Honestly,
Strike is one.
hang on, I want to check once I do
The sky
tutorials on her.
Take form. Thus it ends.
Yeah, she does 500k, wow.
It's the painting.
By the way, this is actually S2 Jinxie.
Thunder guide us.
So, S2 is just basically S1 without the rechargeable instant recharge. Hang on. So, for Jinxie, I believe the way how she gain her stacks is through coordinated attack, and at the same time, it's not just coordinated attack, but also her spectral res, you know, her spectral damage, I think. It should be her attribute, right? So let me check. I haven't tested her. I haven't really fully read about her, despite me having her for the love of God during her first ever release. By the way, do you have Jinxie? I am assuming. Do you have Jinxie, or you know? Do you have Jinxie? It's the question, since she's gonna be having a rerun, I think, yeah, later on. Later, 10 hours. In about 10 hours, she's gonna be having a rerun. And I'm, by the way, also excited about the... I'm also, by the way, excited about the... Yeah, there's gonna be another 1,600 asteroids incoming though in this January 29, 13th, 31. I have all limited characters, but I for expect Jian and Changli. I didn't like them, so I skipped. I have all limited characters so far except Jian and Changli. So yeah, I agree. So yeah, so you do have a lot of experiences with the characters. You didn't even like the Mama Boba, Changli. You know, a lot of the reason why a lot of, you know, players, you know, got to play because of her. But I expect for Jian, especially Jian's having a, if I'm not mistaken, he has one of the low outputs by far, overall damage outputs at the cost of having auto parries.
I alone will decide whether it's for sure.
The battlefield is dynamic. Do not let your guard down.
To be fair, even I myself, I wasn't supposed to have Jian, by the way. I was supposed to not having Jian in this rerun, on his rerun. It's Chang's play style for me, surprising a mobile player, so it was a pain. Chang's its playstyle wasn't for me. Oh wait, yeah. But to be fair, I wasn't supposed to get Jian. Honestly, I wasn't supposed to be having Jian. But I got him for 27 pulls. Yeah, 27 pity. And which made me want to play him. And that's the reason why I got ditched with the with the Echo EXP farm. And by the way, I actually forgot that his weapon was held hostage during the first ever release, which is the 1.0. And I only got his weapon, his Verdant Summit weapon, for only 9 pulls. This is actually my very first 5-star weapon of his. And yeah, so I was actually quite a bit happy though. But for Changli, honestly, the only problem I had with Changli by far is she's quite lacking for damage though. But, you know, as expected, because of her outro skill, that kind of buffs though. Yeah, her outro skill does also fusion and liberation damage amplify for 10 seconds. Which is why her damage output is quite low. Despite me looking at me, having her, to be honest, look, it's already 10, 10, 10. Everything here is 10 and 10, including her. But the only problem I only had was if I would rebuild her, it will take me quite a while. Because pretty much, you know, 55 or 255 is quite a bit low. And I haven't properly built her yet, which is why. Honestly, truth is, Changli's damage is quite low. For Jian, his damage quite a bit quite low too. Personally for me. So it will depend on other play. It will be depending on other players. Remember, this is an S0R1 situation. That's because, let me remind you that Changli is also gonna become a sub DPS because of her outro skill, which is why her damage is quite low. That was the cost. While for Jian, it's pretty much auto parry. So
I alone will
yeah, let me find her tutorial. Hang on a second. Skill training. Yep. Where's my Jinsi? Yeah, there she is. Let's go over the tutorial. But Changli's playstyle. But to be fair for Changli, by the way, Changli's playstyle, if you are basically a quick swapper, I think she's good. Low key. I think Camellia power creep Jian in auto parry department. True. Actually, she does power creep though. This is the problem though with Wuthering Waves players though, characters. They do got power creep though quite a lot. To be fair, I agree with your statement because Camellia does also auto parry, but I don't exactly know how's the range of her auto parry compared to Jian. Because pretty much, yeah, I think, you know, the only thing, the difference between the only difference between Jian and Camellia is that Camellia is pretty much is very vulnerable to taking damage compared to Jian. That's my honest take. Just my honest take though.
bask in starlight. Our lights shine through. The sky beckons.
Wait.
Strike fast.
Wait. Wait, space jump.
Thus it ends. Sacred light. Oh, stars, heed my calling.
But I do, by the way, but in the end, I still agree that she pretty much power crept Jian a lot.
May I pray for anything specific for you? It would be my honor.
Alright. Let's see how she gains her stacks. I believe her stacks here. Incandescence. So she can actually hold up to 50 incandescence. When Jinxie is in the party, all resonators nearby gains Ears of Unity. So Ears of Unity provide two independent effects. Jinxie gains 1 incandescent anytime the resonator in the party inflicts attribute damage. By the way, attribute damage, by the way, is any, if I'm not mistaken, any damage, any elements. Yeah, I'm assuming this is any elements. This is just only 1 incandescent. Well, while this effect may trigger damage of the same time attribute for 1 second every 3 seconds. So, additionally, Jinxie gains 2 incandescents in the party damage the enemy with coordinated attacks. So pretty much she gains more stacks with her coordinated attacks. Honesty, I obey. So I thought it was the same Spectral, but I was wrong. But it would be I would probably imagine if they would add a very great Spectral support, because Spectral sub DPS that has coordinated attack would be very interesting to see though. Because yeah, Jinxie mains is gonna love that though. But so for Camellia, by the way, I wonder why. By the way, I just wonder why are you not planning on getting Rosha though, despite you having, getting Camellia though. If you have Camellia, that's the question. Maybe because of Sanwa. I am assuming Sanwa or Dungeon. That's pretty much my biggest question of all. Why don't you get Rosha though? Because Rosha is a pretty much big deal though. But that's because I think her ultimate does also increase up to 200 though. Up to 200 attack base. Basically, the only requirement that you need is to have at least like 70%. So I have 6. Bigger boost by getting more sequences on Camellia. I get it. Yeah, I understood. Especially on having S6, Camellia can pretty much detonate two nukes, by the way. 2 nukes. I agree with you. Especially when Camellia is actually on her sequence node. Honestly,
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
especially, this is actually a pretty big deal. Whenever she casts her, I think I agree. Whenever she casts her forte, you can actually cast another forte once you I believe once you consume every single pistol crimson pistol during her ultimate. I am assuming that's how you get your second ult. And possibly you can deal 1 million damage with that, with those sets.
Still recognize me. Surrender. The painting.
Honestly, I wanted. I also don't like Rosha's
Can you
design.
keep up?
Oh, so yeah, you do have preferred taste too. By the way, have you actually? I'll ask you this: have you ever answered the last survey that Core Games pull out? Have you answered the? This is the question though. Have you ever answered the survey? The survey was actually very interesting for us consumer characters though. Honestly, it was the most interesting one. I believe the last survey was, the preferred characters. I mean preferred, especially personalities. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see. I describe Camellia as of characters I prefer though. So definitely you're probably having Yeah, probably I would probably see Yandere in the checklist already. Yandere in the checklist. I could see a lot of people prefer Yandere. Yep. Honestly, to be fair, Wuthering Waves is pretty much Gathering Wives. Gathering Wives in a nutshell. Pretty much you have Jinxie. Yeah. Jinxie, Changli, holy crap. Shorekeeper, Camellia, even Carlotta. To be fair, Carlotta, holy crap. This is pretty much a romance. There is a romance in this kind of, situation. In this kind of story. Even though it wasn't really for romance, but there is actually romance though. In the genre. Honestly. Oh boy. Well, I haven't done actually the Raguna. I forgot about this one. Shorekeeper loves us. Shorekeeper, definitely Shorekeeper's pretty much your maid wife. Shorekeeper is basically a maid wife, 100%. She's basically kind of, I think, housewife. If I would see better as it fits, housewife. Housewife Shorekeeper. No wonder why one of her inherent skills is it's literally buffed towards Rover, our main protagonist. I think probably male MC would probably, pretty much fit into the romance style, I think. I think that would prefer, honestly. Holy crap, I wonder which next. Maybe, I wonder, Farlova? Maybe Farlova? Maybe Zani? Um, yeah, Carthia. Yeah. A lot of Gathering Wives. Oh boy. Wait. Yep. Really forgot about the quest. I really did forgot about the quest, honestly. By the way, speaking of grinding echoes, by the way, is echo farming really bad? Really suck a lot, especially in farming EXP. I wanna know, is it really that bad? Because pretty much you get ran of resources very quickly. Because I just want to know. By the way. Echo farming is the worst part of WoW. Tuners are a real problem, not experience. Wait, you're having a problem with tuners? Wait, for real? You're having problem with tuners? No shot. For real? For me personally, the only problem I had was the Withering. Yeah, I do agree. Oh, but I think if they would probably add a custom, I have 1K tuners, but it goes down more quickly than EXP. Why is it that it goes down? 1K plus tuners. I also do have, but I do.
I alone will do.
Let me show you my EXP. Honestly, look at my EXP, 1421. While my tuners are pretty damn high. Look at that, almost 2K. But I do agree,
Yeah, I do understand at some point. Maybe because you don't have, for instance, like the battle pass, the premium one. Yeah, which gives amount a solid amount though. 50, 200, 100. Yeah, 200 tuners, I assume. Wait, is it 200? Wait, I think it's 150. Yeah, it's 150. So yeah, I do probably understand your point. Look at her freebie. She's gonna be, I believe she's gonna be the first half patch of the banner. Yeah, first half. I think she's gonna be the first half. Oh boy! First half, by the way.
Can you keep up?
Let's do it. Stuck with her. Level up my echoes to level 10. If there's no crit resistance, I trash it. It's more efficient on XP. Yeah, I understand. I get it, I get it. Yeah, we're having a mini, you know. So I do understand, by the way. I do understand. Especially, yeah, the high risk part in the. I imagine if, by the way, I imagine if they actually have the ability to add rerolls. Yeah, pretty much understand def. I understand defense, pretty much defense. If you're getting a double defense, yeah, it's really bad. Double defense. You're gonna have a. This is actually a pretty small date though with her. Wow. So the Alvarado Vault. I wonder what's the island for on the top there.
Quickly and swiftly. Improvise. Still recognize me?
Wait, that's a dodge? Sheesh. And look at those. Yep. By the way, do you play this game ever since release? I just want to know. Oh, wait. Wait.
I think... Yeah, I think I probably disconnect. I'm in day 1. Oh, we're the
Quickly
same.
and swiftly.
I presume...
Surrender.
So we're actually the
Ramming
same.
won't save you. Still recognize me?
You should probably know about the... What's it called? I think I... Sorry, by the way, I did actually disconnected my mic. So it was a big bad idea. Hang on. Let me fix... Hang on a second. This happened. There was a problem. Hang on. Wait. I probably probably you should have probably noticed the optimization of the game. I probably you probably should have known back then, by the way, that the optimization of the game was so bad. Do you experience this lag during that time? I just want to know. Did you actually had experienced lots of lags during its release? Or have you ever recalled the Scar's old design, where they had to immediately replace the? Excuse me. Yeah. I do. I understand about that.
Still recognize me?
I actually do agree. The optimization was bad. By the way, when I run, actually using the same PC, by the way. I'm using, by the way, the same PC or laptop.
You will yield.
And by the way, it took me 8 freaking minutes just to load the game, which is so long. It took me 8 minutes.
A smooth journey.
It was very painful, to be honest.
Still recognize me?
8 minutes. I'm not kidding. 8 minutes. I still have the recordings though. 8 minutes. It took me 8 minutes just to load. And yeah, that's why that's the reason why I didn't play holograms. I have never played during the first patch, was because of lots of lags. That's why I wasn't having fun time when it comes to holograms. Do you know why I cannot do dungeon runs, solo dungeons, do some solo on holograms, or even have a great timing? It's because of this. The problem is the hardware. And by the way, I am running this on HDD, hard disk drive, which is absolutely slow compared to SSDs. And if you run it, it's slow. It's very slow. Has a very slow loading time, which is bad. And by the way, my setting is at its lowest. That's how bad the optimization of the game was. I had to admit it was a very hectic ride, but I still gave the game a second chance. And oh boy, the second chance was worth. And now I've spent this game. And by the way, I've spent this game in the first half patch of 2.0 $200 just to pretty much get the signature weapons, including, pretty much it's on Jeji's side. I'm not even kidding. By the way, let me show you proof on how much I spent. I don't really want to spend again that much money. But the reason why, I pretty much spent on that money is because, as I said, I just love to be a content creator in this game. And of course, I want to do some challenges here with some stuff. And,
can you keep up?
Pretty much. There again. Where? And pretty much, I just want to have fun too. There she is. And yeah, pretty much, you know what I mean. But, it's still pretty worth. Okay, we gotta deal some tasks with Discords. Man. By the way, are you excited for TV or bronze? Are you planning to get bronze, by the way? I only buy battle pass or monthly.
Brilliance lights the way. Still recognize me? Improvise.
I also do the same. Let me remind you this. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
I alone will
I haven't found the sonar casket yet. I haven't finished the sonar casket too. And I haven't seen this chest. Wow. Even I myself thought I haven't sent.
Start small to go big.
Brand is maybe big. He looks like a dedicated support. This is gonna be forcing my SK to retire. After 1.3, starting 1.3, I use SK. She's gonna be retired soon. Sooner or later, she's gonna be retiring. Let me show you this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the bottom. Look at this. Look at this. 157 days. And that's really worth. Holy, what do you mean? 157 days, by the way.
Lighter than a dove.
By the way, is my audio, by the way, delayed or no? Oh, never mind.
Lighter than a dove.
A little. Yeah. I think that, as usual, it's always the video though. Hang on, let me do this. It's pretty much. Oh, never mind. It's
Can you
100%.
keep up?
But 157 days pretty much is guaranteed me the entire patch. The game looks more laggy. And do you know why the game is quite a bit laggy? Honestly, I do also get the same frame rates. As I mentioned, I'm using a GTX 1650 laptop, which means I don't get the best frames. And especially whenever I'm running OBS for streaming at the same time Wuthering Waves, I pretty much get lots of lags, which is quite a bit annoying.
Quickly and swiftly. Running won't save
It does a bit ruin the player's experience.
you. You still recognize me?
But I hope you
The
understand.
world is mine. A new era awaits. Is that it?
It's the painting. Capture the spark. Here comes a helper.
Leave it to me.
I'm so tired.
In war with time.
Honestly,
Physical.
It's the painting.
quite a bit difficult. Now you know why. By the way,
Ink drop. Here comes witness the art's true form.
My compliments. The stage is set. Still
by the way, now you
recognize
understand
me? Glory demands more.
why the game is lagging a lot.
In the name of the Montellis. Still recognize
Leave
me?
it to me.
Stay calm. Astral modulation.
It's not bad though.
Yay. Loading.
It's the
But you
painting.
know my laptop will not last for long. Sooner or later, it won't last long.
Art unveiled. Here comes a helper. Ink drops. Yeah.
My compliments.
What? Actually, thanks by the way.
Brilliance lights the way. Victory favors me. Masterpiece complete.
Oh, nice.
Improvise. Can you keep up?
By the way, thanks for actually telling me it's not bad. But yeah, I'll probably want to replace this soon, as I would. Because, you know, I am not prepared for other games. For instance, like Arknight's Enfield. You should probably know Arknight's Enfield. Do you know Arknight's Enfield, by the way? I just want to know. Do you know the game? Arknight's Enfield.
Still recognize me? Running won't save you. You will yield.
Very suspicious. Why is it actually suspicious?
Surrender.
This actually made me question. I'm assuming the gacha system. I heard, by the way, that the gacha system says that PD does not care over. I believe that according from what I understand about the pity is that it's not really the worst one, but the problem is that the pity does not carry over when you're ahead on the guarantee, you know, the 120, 80 to 120. I believe that's the 80 to 120. I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, 80 to 120. Those polls will be carried over, but it will be reset to 0, and then adding those remaining pity pulls just to get the character. Yeah. Also, it depends on how generous the devs are to get us close to the 120 every patch. Actually, it's a big deal, honestly. I wonder if Koro Games will add that kind of feature, but instead it will be carried over. The PD, the guaranteed, even if it's not 120, but imagine, imagine if Koro Games will do the, for if you lost the 50-50 banner in the patch, the next 5-star will be 120 pulls instead of 160 pulls. But for instance, if you haven't reached the pity, if you haven't reached the 120 pulls, for instance like 110 or something like that, if the guaranteed is carried over in the next, you know, patch, basically kind of like similar to Arc Knights, but it's carried over, and at the same time, the next character will also be a guarantee. Yeah, that's gonna kill, you know. It could be the worst depending on how many pulls we get. Yeah, I would probably play Arc Knights Enfield. I'll play Arc Knights Enfield, but the problem is the Arc Knights Enfield is gonna be a battle zone again. It's gonna be very difficult for me, unless the Wuthering Waves is gonna be showing itself out. Yeah, you know. No. Imagine if Wuthering Waves is gonna add that system to its gacha system. Yeah, but it will be very interesting. 120 pulls though. For a, you know, yeah, for a, you know, max guarantee for the current banner. It will be very interesting. But the only problem I had an issue with the Arc Knights by now, it's very scary. One of them? Wow, quite surprised the first time my Discord link shows up. By the way, if you still haven't followed me, follow me, by the way. It will be very nice if you can follow me. Try to send any content if you would love to have it, by the way.
Can you keep up?
Hey! By the way, if you have something to send me some content, I will probably react on the Discord. Trust me. I'll react to it. Yeah, I'll just always remind you.
Can you keep up?
Because I'm also planning to stream on, yeah, tomorrow. Maybe HSR. Do you play HSR, by the way? HSR. Do you know HSR? Ooh, hard one. I quite do HSR. Oh, you did quit HSR? What's the reason why you quit though? Why did you quit HSR? I'm just wondering, why did you quit HSR? Just so I know. Because I might, you know, I might understand why. It's always better for me to understand. Maybe because of the pity or the... Wait. Is it because of the gacha system? I just want to know. I lost a 725 when I heard this like on the whole power creep is on MOC, and the story wasn't that interesting. Holy freak! My God, they should have removed. It's so bad. Honestly, I 100% agree that the Lycone is supposed
Quickly
to be
and swiftly.
guaranteed.
Take this! Still recognize me?
I agree. There's gonna be an HP sponge. HP sponge. I believe it's Yeah, the whole MOC. Yeah, I actually did got Firefly, but I never got, you know. And losing 25 is worse than losing a 50-50. Yeah. I do agree with your point though. I understand why. I very understand why. Yeah, 75-25 is like having a painful big deal. It's because you are expecting to get this Lycone or this weapon much more than losing it though. I just wonder Imagine Core Games will probably release another similar than Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, I'll probably play too. Yeah, 75-25 is just pretty much it's not good at all. And by the way, I think I heard that finishing Amorpheus. By the way, I'm not on Amorpheus, and I will not do Amorpheus until the VAs are back. By the way, I heard that Amorpheus takes 10 hours to finish. I was F2P in the game, so it wasn't hard to quit since I played it since 2.0. I just only played this just recently, and I actually got Firefly for my very first 2 pulls. Even before the first boss, I already got her. It was fun. The reaction was a bit fun. Honestly, the reaction was a bit fun. 2 pulls, the very first 2 pulls, before even a standard banner. Wow, which is actually it actually gave me quite a very good surprise. I believe she was, and I actually got her sub, but I don't know how you use her. So I am assuming, I think Facial would be a very nice, especially in how free to play friendly she is. Especially the only problem need was March 7th and pretty much March 7th and her, yeah.
Lighter than a dove.
Who's next? And Remembrance MC, yeah. By the way, I heard that I think the Amorpheus takes 10 hours just to finish. 10 hours, even if you try to skip the dialogues. That's what I heard, by the way. 10 hours for a single story, the 3.0. I think it's 8 though. What? No shot. 8 hours? Legit? Oh boy. So how many streams do I need in order to get to finish Amorpheus? Because I did the entire Belobog and it took roughly 3 to 5 streams. I was expecting to only be at least 1, but for real? No shot. 8 hours? Oh boy. Uh-oh. That is a bit bad. Quite bad. Oh, what? For 2-hour stream would be work. If I recall, yeah, I agree. So 2-hour stream would work. Problem is I don't skip the dialogues. And you know that's why I was preparing myself to see the Yap Fest. And I heard that it's one of the reasons why the HSR community is quite a bit having, criticizing Hoyoverse for having, HSR having too much dialogue and it takes a very long time. sure the will-o-wisp. Oh, there you are.
Can you keep up?
I agree that 4-2 are
Gently
too...
does it. Lighter than a dove.
I believe it should work. Oh, this is an Elden Ring reference. Holy crap. So, yeah. So, Amorpheus. By the way, I am not yet on... I'm not yet on Jianzhou, by the way. Jianzhou. I am not there. So, what about Penacony? Oh boy, that's worst. I heard that Penacony has a very lots of Yap Fest. There's still a long way to go. Holy crap. CSR is not gonna be a very friendly when it comes to, that's why I probably need chat. Penacony is pretty bad too. Yeah. Uh-oh. That's why I prefer having chats, okay? That's why... Before I even do the Penacony, I'll probably just talk with my chats the entire time. It has its good moments though. Especially if you're simming for Firefly. That's of course. Firefly. Yeah, Firefly pretty much did a lot of things there. I think the revenue went spike up when Firefly showed up for the very first time. Because she was one of the most anticipated characters in during the version 2. Yeah. If I'm correct, Firefly did have its best moments though. Firefly.
Quickly and swiftly. Brilliance lights the way! Can you keep up? Is that it? I'm still standing.
Wow, we're getting comboed.
Still recognize me? Improvise. Ramming won't save me. The stage is set.
By the way, who's actually your favorite character in HSR? I just want to know, who's your favorite character in HSR? I would love to know who's your favorite HSR character.
The wind rises.
Akron is my account since day one, so definitely her. Raiden Bones Bosen Mori. I think it's her name. Yeah, Raiden Bones Mori. Yeah, definitely Raiden verse. Raiden Shogun, Raiden Mei, yeah. So who do you think who has the highest DPS in the game? The strongest units. By the way, who's the strongest DPS currently in the game? Just want to know. I think the Herda, but Fei Xiao's not far off. Fei Xiao. She does. The problem with Herta is that Herta doesn't have a dedicated team. But Fei Xiao, oh boy. But the problem with Fei Xiao is that she's gonna be having a very... Sooner or later, she's gonna be power crept for good. Sooner or later. She's gonna be power crap soon. Especially, you know, you should probably know the drama about Mr. Pokey, right? I think everybody should. I think, you know, everybody knew Mr. Pokey, the drama about Mr. Pokey, though. The drama about power crap. Yep. I think so. Facial, so the Herta definitely. So I don't think Mr. Pokey's here takes. To be honest, I don't even want to take Mr. Pokey's I don't really want to take his takes pretty much seriously, not unless proven. To be fair, honestly, you should probably I would probably say that power crap happens after I experience the entire the update itself, or the MOC. It's better for you to experience firsthand rather than pre-assumptioning, you know, that it's bad. You know what I mean?
Can you keep up?
Because if you don't have evidence that the wait, that's freaking caught me off guard. Wow, that cutscene is insane. I was not expecting that. Anyways, let's go back to what I said. Before the takes, like, oh, power crap, you know, something like that, I would have first experience this with my characters though. PV is nothing making easy to skip though. Honestly, I will take her still. Oh boy. Probably Brand too. I honestly would see Brand is gonna be having one of the hardest ones to I'm assuming also Brand is gonna be having the hardest one. It's one of the most important units in the game, due to the buff, actually, due to him being a healer and a buffer at the same time, which is a big deal, honestly, especially if you want to have a premium 5-star. Plus, not to make sure, he is a Pyro, I think. Pyro? Yeah. I heard that he is a Pyro, by the way. A Pyro healer. Man, it makes Chang Li mains having a good time with him. Oh, finally did claim. So I have 30. So how much do I have right now? I am not prepared for this. 5, 6, 40. So tomorrow I will be getting around 150. So that means I'm going to be having 5, 7, 90. Oh boy, it's gonna be hard to stream. I don't know if I want to get, you know, I am just really scared that I'll lose the 50-50. It's gonna be painful. 50-50, man. no way, till this day that he does that. Is that for real? He does
Can you
that?
keep up?
Wish you luck on Rosha pulls. Should I do it tomorrow? I would be Probably I actually am pretty much quite early though. Problem is my time would be around like 4 p.m. GMT if I want to do it. Problem at the same time while running Wuthering Waves, there's also what's it called?
Lighter than a dove.
I think there is. What's it called again? Yeah, ZZZ. Yeah, ZZZ is gonna have it second.
Still recognize me?
Wow. So how many is this? So I am assuming around 40 pulls. I hope I could get her early as soon as I could.
Quickly and swiftly. Infra! Brilliance lights the way! The world is mine!
Yeah, the free Sanwa skin, holy crap.
A new era awaits. Improvise.
I believe it's it tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or is it? Is it tomorrow? Hang on, is it tomorrow by the way?
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for
Because
battle.
I believe you're gonna I believe the event is on the second half. Hang on. Wait, let me find it though. I'll go to YouTube. I'll probably go to YouTube. But I heard that it's claimable for free. 100%. Hang on. Before we do, since I have my Sanwa, I've already experienced the Sanwa, Naked Sanwa by the way. This is actually the Naked Sanwa. The Naked Sanwa build. Look at that. You don't really focus on her damage or her basically her overall kind of, you know, you're focusing just only for the outro skill buff. Not gonna lie.
I should try to smile more, you say? Like this?
Yep. When I look at the top. Yeah. Yep, understandable. It is understandable why. Damn, her skin is pretty good. Also, this is a free one. On top of that, this is actually a free one. Insane. I wonder if this could change this, you know. Pretty much, she's pretty good after all. What did change? I think it.
I should try to smile more, you say? Like this? I should try to smile more, you say? Like this?
Yeah, you know.
I should try to smile more, you say?
The 4-star.
Quickly and swiftly.
The best 4-star in the game by far.
Still recognize. Leave it to me. Insta-painting. You will yield. Improvise.
That. Sun was 4-star. By the way, I was curious. Why did you mention that she is the best 4-star? Do you have her defense? I am very interested on your claim. Why she's actually the best 4-star in the game so far? This made me curious. By the way, this actually made me curious. So yeah, I just want to know. Why she's the best. Technically, she's a secret 5-star. Pretty good claim. I get it. Let me see my resonators.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for back.
Sometimes I get a little carried away in battles.
What about...
I didn't startle you, did I?
What about dungeon? I was curious about dungeon. What about dungeon? Everybody loves to use dungeon. Honestly. Oh, her concerto efficiency. Yeah, she does a lot of concerto though. I do agree. She can work almost all of any team that uses basic attack. Generally speaking, basic attack. Wait. I need to batch merge. This is the reason why I hate the EXP farm here so far. Oh boy. Alright, let's do select. Why am I selecting all? I don't need to select all. Well, disregard anything that is Eternal Radiance. Anything that is Electro, Havoc, Fusion, you, and you. Look at how many useless. This set is very useless to her, honestly. For any Spectro, I think for any of the Eternal Radiance, I think any elements besides Spectro is pretty much trash. I am assuming. Anything. Anything, I think. So far, we don't have any healing bonus. What about defense? Yeah, I really hate this part though, defense. So 65 should be good. Alright, what do we got here? Defense, arrow. I haven't seen the echoes. Let me see if I can roll a pretty good echo though. Honestly, claim reminder. Ooh, crit damage. Fusion, arrow, attack. Okay. Resonator. Let me check where's my resonator.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
I badly need a much better... probably need a much better one. I need probably a better echo. So let's try to this. If I could get a very good echo. Alright, 5. Let's remove this, add those. Attack, okay. It's fine. Question is, will we get this? Oh, okay, potential. Crit damage. High crit damage, we're good. High crit damage. Please. Ooh, please. Please. Potential god piece. Nope. But still, we're still fine. Fine with that. We'll be using this one. Oh! Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm taking it. But if we can get attack percent or resonant skill bonus. Okay, that's fine. I will take it. Still better. Still better than this one though. Honestly, it's still better than this one. Dished out, this is good. This is a high one. Although resonant skill damage bonus could be much better, but hey, I'll take that. How much crit? 68 to 306. By the way, my critical damage, I don't have crit rate here, but if I could get a 75 to 320 ratio, that is pretty damn good. Honestly, this one, I would love to change this one. But I think this is a solid one already, solid. Especially basic attack bonus. I think this is pretty good. The basic attack. If I would probably rely on basic attack, this is pretty good still. I ain't complaining. Still good. This one needs a change. Oh, this is pretty much what I'm targeting to change with. Okay. But still, well, at least we got a 17.4, which is considered as a middle high crit rate though. A crit damage and a almost high crit rate. This one is also considered as a max crit rate though. 10.5% is a max crit rate for a substat though. And 18.6% is second to the second highest, following to 21. This one, if I could get at least like a 15 or a 21, this is pretty good. But I do have Glacio. I think it's right here. I do have Glacio. Yeah, look. We have two of these Glacio with different ones. So, oh, this one I cannot change this. But this one, let's see. Test the luck. What do we get? HP? Any chance? I think it's a meh. Obviously trash already. Trash. What about you? Any potential? Let's see. Crit rate at 7.5. This one... Oh, this one is high. Oh, this is high. This is potential. Potential. High crit damage. Attack. Okay. Base attack increase. That's fine. Wait. Oh, we have an increased crit rate. Okay. Increased crit rate. Attack base. Still pretty good. I will take it. I'll sell this one. Yeah. Definitely gonna sell that one. It's gonna suck a lot. Now, we just pray for attack percent and attack percent or resonant skill damage bonus. Because this is a big deal. Fuck death. It's not good. Not bad. Not nice. We got a double death, which is the worst. I don't know if I want to equip it. Should I equip it or not? Double death. It's gonna hurt. Double death. I don't know how good this thing would be. What do you think? Take or L? This, I just want to know. Should I take or L? Because the only difference here is pretty much the crit rate percent. Well, this gives me almost all 4. What do you think? Should I skip? Should I take it or not? Because I would be very, very. I would probably love to know. Because I pretty much got almost a good piece though for Carlotta.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Let me see. So if I, for instance, would change this set 69.2 to 3. Okay, so not only her base stat goes low, but I think that this one is much better than this one. And overall, because due to the fact that that 74 ratio is already very good. I only have 74, 94 on my Carlotta. I could increase it, by the way.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
But let me remind you this, that this is still incomplete. 21, that's a max crit damage. Almost the same as the critical rate. But if I actually got resonant skill damage here and a crit rate, this is already a god piece. But I would still want to farm. Not only that, I really still want to farm. I really still want to farm for the perfect piece for Carlotta. And the reason why I still want to farm is because I want to have the highest damage. Especially not to mention how good she really is on pretty much immobilizing my opponents. Even though 1.5 seconds is pretty good. Especially whenever the opponent is trying to back it himself up after the immobilization, the long immobilization, after you bring its vibration strength. It just pretty much extends. She's a very powerful and a valuable DPS. If I could get her to 75 to 320 crit ratio at base, or 325 at base, that is a pretty high roll for her. She's gonna be one of my most powerful DPS units in the game. And let me remind you, I am simultaneously upgrading Jeji at the same time.
Can you keep up? Quickly and swiftly. Hush! Leave it to me. Astral modulation. Insta-beating. Here comes a helper. Huh? It hurts. My compliments. Victory favors me. In the name of the Montellis.
I should probably grind. I should probably gain.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
I haven't seen the base stat yet, but damn.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
Attack increase 8.7, 70.4. This is a pretty good set before than the previous one that I've sold. Let me grind. Let me change the stream quite a bit. The name of the stream should be Echo Farming. Echo Farming.
Done.
Alright.
The white has been dyed red.
Alright, nice.
Keep up.
Where am I at? Okay, let me grind cuddle waddles. Cuddle waddles are pretty much what I need, to be fair. And the reason why cuddle waddles I pretty much need is because, as I said, Rosha, by the way, Rosha I think is also a Havoc, so having her, you know, the cuddle waddles drops both Frosty Resolve and Midnight Veil, I think. Is it Midnight Veil, the name? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is for her, to be honest. But I actually don't know if Moonlit Cloud would be better for her, or is it the Midnight Veil? This made me question, by the way. This actually made me question which actually is gonna be good for her, if it is Midnight Veil or Moonlit Clouds. Wait, so I want to check on her. So let me go to the gallery, and I want to check the Crossing Stars, which is her. She's the only character I don't have. That's my Gion. Hang on. Oh, there's no indicator? Wait, she's not indicator? Wait. She's not indicated as a as a concerto efficiency? Wait. Stage 3 concerto energy 25. I think she regens concerto energy very fast. Am I correct? She does regen concerto very quick though. Huh. 20. Wow, her third concerto energy increases quite a lot. Very nice. Was also quite surprised about the magic box. The magic box was very unique to her, especially having a utility damage. Wow. Casting resonance skill or heavy attack increases Rosha's attack by 20%. Rosha's takes up a longer field time than Sanwa. That's the only downside, by the way, of Rosha. It does take longer time field though. Although the thing about Rosha is that, yeah, she gives both Havoc damage and basic attack by 25% for 14 seconds. While Sanwa's, where's Sanwa?
I should try to smile more, you say? Like this?
Yeah, gives 38%. So roughly around 13% additional basic attack. But if having a Havoc and, you know, having the same time Havoc and basic attack, yeah, she really is for Camellia, 100%. Apparently I forgot that her ult also gives, you know, our ult gives pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, her ult pretty much gives 200 attack at maximum if you have reached 70% crit rate. Because what I really notice is that Rosha's, whenever you cast your ultimate, so anything that has any crit rate above 50%, I believe, is that every 0.01% crit rate is equal to one attack stat, base attack stat, which means that you can go up to 200 of those attack stats, which means that's basically 20%. So having 50% plus 20% of crit rate in total of 70% pretty much gives her the entire buff. I think it's right here. It was mentioned here. Yeah. For every 0.1% of Rosha's crit rate over 50%, the skill increases the attack of all resonators in the team by 1 point for 30 seconds. This is a big deal, 30 seconds, holy crap. Up to 200 points, which means that it doesn't matter if you swap or not. Big deal. I think I really need to find some cuddle waddles now. Let's go find some cuddle waddles. I badly need these cuddle waters badly. But before that, let me check something. Because it's already 1:20 p.m. here. It's quite a bit late here. Yeah, pretty much 30 minutes should be enough. Ooh, 30 minutes. Let me see. Should probably do the echo buff. Yeah, let's do the echo farming. Right, where's the one? I think it's here. Yep, this one. Nice.
Can you keep up?
Now we have 30 minutes in the extra stream though. 30 minutes.
A smooth journey.
Let's go, let's grind. Alright, let's go.
At your disposal. Surrender. Found your weak spot. Still recognize me? Huh? In war with time.
Here we go. Boom.
Will I not? Into the painting. Capture the spark. Here comes a helper. My compliments. Running won't save you. You will yield. The world is
Boom.
mine.
100,000. Ooh, 100,000.
Can you keep up?
Crit bait. Oh, frick. This is what I
In the
hate.
name of the Montes.
Defense. When you kill the boss, you sometimes get defense, which is why it's quite a bit hard. Getting those god rolls set is quite
Lighter than a dove.
painful actually. It's quite painful though. Imagine farming defense echo sets. You know, 4-star defense. Wow. Totally useless. Wow, my screen. Where I'm lagging. Where are you at? Where's my cuddle waddles? Let's go. Think they're here? Wait. Can I reach? I think I can. Wait, where's that? Oh, it's on the bottom? Yeah, it's right here, the bottom area. Boom. 100% sure. Found you.
You've crossed it. Still recognize me?
Wow, this is a insane lag. Wow, I got lots of frame lag.
Such stubbornness. Improvise. The stage is set.
Okay.
Surrender. Can you keep up?
Defense mimic. It should be here. 100%. Spectral damage. There is no way.
Brilliance lights the way. Still recognize me?
Who? Where are you at? I didn't see one. Where's the other one?
An absurd, impudent display.
Oh, it's
Running
right
won't
there.
save you.
It just popped out.
Can you keep
It
up?
just popped out. I didn't see that one.
You will yield.
It just popped out. Okay. Fusion damage bonus, meh. Ooh. What's this? Oh, it's another Alvarado vault. Yep. Where you at? Think you're right here? Oh, right here.
Victory favors
Boom.
me. In the name of the Montellis.
Oh, this guy. By the way, I don't understand why am I getting lucky with sometimes with the echo rolls whenever I do stream or something. I'm just obviously
Quickly and swiftly.
I'm just obviously wondering why is it like that? Maybe streamer luck?
Still recognize me? Surrender. Leave it to me. Can you keep up? Brilliance lights the way.
Oh, by the way, if you're still here, have you ever heard of these? If the devs might add the nightmare conversion?
Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Improvise. The stage is set. Glory demands more. A new era awaits.
You can convert your normal echoes to nightmare echoes. By the way, I heard that they accept that feedback though. Hang on, let me see. If I think I actually did tag it on my Twitter. But I don't really I pretty much use my Twitter as just for the fun. Let me show it, Lo. I think it's I've been seeing. Yeah, I did search that. Hang on, let me go to my home profile. It's right here. Yeah, this one. Wuthering Waves news. Core developers have shown, by the way. I think it's right here. Yeah, the Twitter feed here. Once again, core developers have shown that they are listening to their players' feedback. When users suggest that those transferring those old cost echoes have set into new nightmare echoes, this was the response. So, however, thank you for your question, for sharing your dedication and passion and grinding to obtain certain perfect echoes. We understand how much effort and time you have invested in building your echoes and why you want to the ability to transfer those echoes into perfect sub rolls into a newer nightmare version for cost boss echoes. As of now, there's no official confirmation yet about the feature in the 2.0 update that allows transforming or transferring stats from existing echoes to their nightmare versions. However, your suggestion was excellent and we will continue forward it to the development team for consideration for the future updates. A system that lets us players to upgrade their existing echoes while preserving their hard-earned stats. Enhances their gameplay experience and reward dedicated efforts. So they should have added that at the 2.0 launch. The problem here, here's the thing though. Okay. So here's the thing. Nobody expected, nearly almost nobody expected that there's gonna be a newer version of Echoes, the Nightmare Echoes. Nobody knew that there's gonna be a new set of Echoes. The Nightmare ones. So it wasn't expected after all. Those Nightmare Echoes never should pop out. In the end, by the way. Because what players expected is pretty much the new regions, just what to do, if there's gonna be chests or anything else, etc., etc. For me personally, I expect a very good storyline quest, new regions, but new echoes. But there wasn't even a mention that there's gonna be a Nightmare Echoes though. Very quickly though. So yeah. It's just maybe I'm just having a bad take, but yeah. But you know, players are more focus shifted on pretty much the Renaissance region rather than the Nightmare Echoes. That's why I assume that yeah. That's actually a good point though. Yeah, but the point here is that yeah, I pretty much this is an absolute big deal. Especially personally, yeah, pretty much devs listen. But yeah, they haven't confirmed it, but this is gonna happen. They just acknowledge this suggestion. But if they add this in the game, yeah, players are gonna be very happy for the game. So bad. Especially I really want my XY build not change. Especially if I still recall,
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle.
let me
The
find.
experiment begins.
Especially for Calcaro, if this one,
I see my way clear.
by the way, if I would convert this into my Calcaro's build, into a Nightmare Echo, this is gonna be already a pretty good set to me. Because of the AoE skill that the Nightmare Echo gives. Plus, not to mention, if you can convert this into Nightmare Echoes, you can already have the Electro buff by just equipping it in the character. And having it conversion, yeah, this is a big deal. I'm looking forward for it. If they would add this on the 2.2 or 2.3 2.2 or 2.3 update, or even 2.4 update, yeah, that would be a very, 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 very likely a very good update.
Quickly and swiftly.
I think you will also like it if they would
Running
add
won't
it though.
save you.
Would you agree?
Stand down. Time to part ways. Huh. Huh. Still recognize me? Huh. Found your weak spot.
Would you agree? That would be definitely be a good thing to add. But I heard in the next patch they're gonna be adding echo presets. Yeah. Oh boy, it's gonna be very interesting to see.
Brilliance lights the way. Still recognize me?
And by the way, I have never. I also noticed about Hoyo games
Surrender.
in particular, in their story. By the way, they haven't added yet the skip button. They haven't added the skip button yet. They're in their game. Till this day, I noticed that. Honestly, they haven't added the skip button yet. 3.0 already? 3.0 in HSR? I haven't seen any updates for that.
Quickly and swiftly. You will yield.
That's also the reason why I quit HSR.
Found
Oh
your weak
boy.
spot. Still recognize me?
The problem with
Stand down. Take this.
that's also a reason why I quit HSR. I knew it. Definitely because of not only because of the long hours, especially trying to finish the story for 8 hours, especially excess yapping and stuff. Yeah, definitely I understand why.
Quickly and swiftly. Improvise. Running won't save you.
Definitely I do really understand your point though. It's really hard when you quit HS. It's really hard when they don't give skip buttons. I wonder why Hoyo shields pretty much were mad. You probably heard of the new drama, right? Have you ever heard of the new drama?
The stage is set. The world is mine. A new era awaits.
And do you know why? This is just my honest take or what I have observed. This might be very different from other people. And do you know why Hoyo shields are very mad or supported the game? I pretty much just
Can
understand
you keep up?
is that maybe because they're envy. Maybe that's the stem. Envy.
Lighter than a dove.
I don't understand. Maybe because of the devs
quickly
not
and
listening to their
swiftly.
players, you know, on Hoyo games. Maybe that's my take though. Yeah. That's what I assume.
Still recognize me?
And I still recall why I quit Genshin. Oh boy. I quit Genshin during the first Hutao banner. That was 3 years ago.
Can you
boy,
keep up?
3 years ago. By the way, I'm not 100% sure why Hoyo Shields or ZZZ is the only Hoyo game I play because the community Shield more support.
You will yield.
Partly because the community is pretty much more chill part. HSR. HSR is pretty much okay. It's pretty much okay. But yeah, Genshin pretty much is the main focus here though. A lot of haters are from Genshin pretty much. Pretty much Genshin. Would you agree though? A lot of the
Quickly and
haters
swiftly.
are from Genshin.
Found your weak spot. Still recognize me? Brilliance lights the way.
Because
Victory favors me.
HSR is not its real competition, it's Genshin Impact.
Can you keep masterpiece complete?
To be fair, I think I understand the point too. Pretty much Genshin is pretty much the direct competitor of Wuthering Waves. It's not even HSR. HSR is not really the main competitor of Wuthering Waves, it's Genshin. And after all of these years, Genshin had never added the skip button. That was even requested even as early as version 1. Its release.
Take this.
And yet
Still recognize me?
the devs never even listened to them. That's the ironic part. And the worst part is
Lighter
that
than a dove. Surrender.
the devs, honestly,
up.
the banner 5.3 patch was actually the worst out of all the events that Genshin had. Imagine running 2 new characters at the same time
Quickly and swiftly.
and then ending at the end where getting the 20 free pulls at the end
The stage
where
is set. Running won't save you.
you know what I
Glory
mean.
demands more.
The second half of the patch is the reward, the 20 free pulls, and then the first half is Mabuika and
In the
Citlali.
name of the Montellis.
Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. But I don't know why it's still relevant to this day. But I don't keep up with the Genshin drama, but I heard that it's a predatory. Yeah, it is predatory. Because let me remind you that here's the thing though. Imagine this. Imagine this. If for instance if Wuthering Waves, okay. This is just maybe another timeline situation, you know what I mean? If if for instance, if Wuthering Waves runs 2 new characters at the same time, the 2 new characters, which means that it's their very first run. There's no rerun, the characters haven't even rerun, both characters are new, and then at the same time, both of them will expire before the second half, which is the rewards patch, which are the 20 free pulls. And imagine that. That's gonna hurt a lot. That's gonna be the most painful thing.
Can you keep up? Quickly and swiftly.
And yeah.
Still recognize me?
And yeah. Do you think that is this and do you think are you really fine with it though? 2 newer characters at the same time?
Lights the way. Take this.
And then the rewards patch is gonna be on the second half? Wow.
Victory favors me. Masterpiece complete.
And also let me remind you that the weapon banner is not even it's not even a guarantee. It's not even a guarantee. The weapon is not even a guarantee. Not only that, you are going to a place where 250-50s are happening. If you win the 50-50, there's gonna be another 50-50. If it is either the weapon that you want or the weapon that you don't really want. Pretty much the weapon banner is the one that indicates on if you want on who's the character you're gonna be pulling for. That's even worse. Honestly, they've never even learned their lesson after the Tectone, after Tectone, the staff of Homa incident. Yeah, they haven't even learned their lesson after the staff of Homa incident. Yikes. That's the worst one. I don't understand why Tectone got even so much hate in the first place, but yeah, on the Genshin, maybe, just wondering. Like, love to wonder, by the way. I am assuming the reason why he got hate also is maybe because of the, whenever I feel bad about losing to Peach.
Found your weak spot.
Yeah. Because yeah, they were. I am assuming the reason why Tectone does have a bad reputation with Hoyoverse is because of that incident. You know, money and corporate greed.
In the name of the Montellis. Can you keep up? Found your weak spot. Still recognize me? Leave it to me. My compliments. The stage is set.
The staff of homeless incident, pretty much. I am assuming that's how he got. That's how he got hate from Hoyoverse. Pretty much the staff of Homa incident.
Running won't save you.
And the reason, by the way, why Wuthering Waves got hated also by Hoyo Shields is because of the
quickly and
gacha
swiftly.
system.
Improvise. Take this. You will yield. Still recognize me? Leave it to me.
Yeah, by the way, but still, that's my assumption though. I don't want to do that one. I hate
Can
the
you keep up?
dreamscape. By the way, do we want to react to the video of what's it called? Do you want me to react to the video of the what's the name of the
Quickly
video
and swiftly.
made by him? The one that got cancelled?
Brilliance lights the way.
Alright. Since that we're gonna be transitioning our content for a moment. So that, yeah, I quite a bit feel bored. I want to know if I can make takes too. It's better for me to try to clip it though. If you have anything else, by the way, can you actually clip on my channel? I just wanna know. Can you actually clip on my channel? That's the only thing I really want to know. So that I can upload it on the shorts though. If anything else. Alright. Let's find the video. It was made from him. Let me find the person. Ooh, Tecton's gonna have another one. Okay, that's good to know. Oh boy. Roche is gonna be having a very interesting tomorrow. I don't know if I want to pull. Yikes! I really don't like the Genshin banner. Holy crap. The characters are not even, you know. Oh my god. Alright, let me find the video. I think I didn't actually totally react to it, but I think before I actually finish my stream, I think this should be the last part of my stream, wherein I will finish to react and what are my takes on the video. But hey, I think I will probably quit now against Wuthering Waves as a game. Besides, I think my mother's gonna be coming here soon, and I'll probably do better stuff. So yeah, let's quit Wuthering Waves for now. Probably need to do HSR too. Alright. I want to react to the video that was made. So, hang on. I've seen this video. I did play this in my history. This guy. I believe his name was Marco. Yeah, it's Marco. Right here. Right, this guy. I haven't really watched the entire thing. I just skip and I just never understood the context. So right now I'm gonna be understanding the context. Oh boy. This is the reason why he got cancelled. This video got him cancelled. On Twitter. If I would search his name. By the way, you will probably see here some. Hang on, let me find it. Marco Meatball. He got into the center of controversy. I'm sorry, what the heck? Does he deserve this? Look at that. Look at those. He posted praising Wuwa. Yep. Yikes. He got into the center. Micro, CC, and also English via of Dora Genshin. Oh, I see why. Oh, I see why. That's actually the... Yeah, now I see why. The biggest mistake Genshin has ever made is lacking to idea of regions based off the real world places. The music certainly represents those places, and why not the characters you explore for countless hours. It's an enormous shame. The music certainly represents the places, so why not the characters and the people you explored world as for countless hours. Lacking idea. For instance, in Natlan, I think the exploration of the Natlan characters pretty much is almost useless on the outside of Natlan. I heard that happens, but definitely there is a reason why he got so much hate. It pretty much stems from him being the English VA on the Genshin, you know, this guy right here. So yeah, let's see why he got hate. It is a very interesting topic. This gave me a bit. Alright, let's react. Oh, unfortunately I have to go. Okay, that's fine. Maybe I should do it tomorrow. Alright. Yeah, I could actually end the stream right now. I think my mother's also here, so yeah. Yep, she's gonna be here. So yeah, I think this is gonna be it. Thanks for, by the way, following me. Don't forget to join the Discord, by the way. Don't forget to join my Discord. Send any content that you might really find for me to react. Yeah. Join my Discord. And yes, send anything there. And yeah. See you guys next time. Peace out. And I'm probably here. Yeah. Thank you very much, by the way. Shout out to you, by the way. And yeah. Peace. Bye.